Hi, I'm Carolina, your podcast host and expert womb healer. Over the past 5 years, I've served over 500 women to remove physical blockages in their bodies. We achieve this with Reiki. I believe healing doesn't have to be done alone, nor should it be. You will hear stories of healing, methods to heal with, and guest speakers covering taboo topics you won't hear anywhere else. Let's continue this journey of womb healing together. Hi, I'm Carolina, your Reiki master and womb healer and podcast host. Thank you for being here again. I'm so excited that we get to spend another week together. And don't forget to leave us a rating and review. We are so thankful for your support and our loyal listeners. Today's topic is a little bit of a heavier one. We're going to talk about what to do when your IUI or IVF fails. And this is an important topic because people are always hopeful when they go into for fertility treatments it's going to work out, but there's no guarantee. And just even if you use Reiki or go through any type of fertility treatment, there's no guarantee. However, let's talk about how to move through it, because that's what we do. We move through things. We don't stuff them. We deal with them and we move through them so that we are lighter, and we are releasing and living in a healthy state. So after your appointment, it's so important for you to sit and share and speak your emotions. I recently talked to a client and her IUI failed. And unfortunately, her husband couldn't go to the appointment with her. And so she went to the appointment alone and she called her husband and she acted like everything was fine. And when she called her other family, acted like everything was fine. And when we spoke in our session, and I said, but why? And I know her family incredibly loves her. Like, they're so close-knit. And I said, why didn't you share? She said that she cried alone and she was devastated that this didn't work out. They had a previous IUI and they got pregnant on the first time. So technically, this is her second experience. Her first time that she did it, she got pregnant with their now son. And I said, it's okay to share your emotions. You're not a burden to anyone. And I guarantee you, if they knew that you were hiding your emotions because you were trying to protect them, they would be mad. They want to show up for her. They want to support her. They want to be there for her. So the people in your life most likely want to show up for you. And if they don't, then DM me. I will show up for you. Shouldn't have to do this alone. Life is hard enough. Fertility is hard enough, but you shouldn't have to do it alone. And guess what? The adults in your life, they have big pants. They can pull them up. Everyone's an adult. They can handle it. It is okay even to fall apart if you need to. It is okay to express any disappointment, anger, resentment, guilt, mistrust. Anything that you're feeling is valid. This is your journey. This is your story. This is happening to you. So of course, your emotions are valid. You deserve to share them with those who support you and love you and are going to hear you. You deserve to be seen and heard. Take time to process. This is not going to be, okay, Thursday and then next Wednesday we're going to try again. No. First of all, it doesn't work that way. And two is that you can take breaks. You may not want to do this back to back, month to month. Some people do. Identify that this is an experience is a loss. I often treat failed fertility treatments as a miscarriage. We honor it the same way because you're going with it with, I feel like it's much heavier of an emotional experience because there's so much that goes into it. There's medication, sometimes there's needles, there's prep work, there's multiple doctor visits. Sometimes this is happening on a weekend. With IUIs, there's a lot to do with stress and with work schedules and missing work. So there's a lot more than just traditional baby making ways. So with this, I want you to treat it like it's a miscarriage because you're hoping and praying and you're grieving that this didn't work out. And what does that entail? That means like honoring, like, this is a big thing, not dusting this underneath the rug. It's okay that you're feeling the hurt, and it sucks, fucking sucks. But we have to recognize that it has happened. Get a Reiki womb blessing, and we can do this inside the membership. This allows a room to relax. We harmonize emotion, and we release any residual energy that's stuck in the uterus and pelvis. This is really important because if we have already, when people come to work with me, their pelvis is overloaded with stuck emotion. That's why they're not conceiving. It's stuck. So all of our emotions go to our pelvis, and if we don't release them, they get stuck. So it's my job to unstuck people's emotions so they can conceive. And I do that with Reiki. But with the Reiki womb blessing and the meditation, it moves all of that out. So you might want to need to do that more than once. And if you're doing back to back, or if you've had losses or failed fertility attempts and you've never cleared it, it also can complicate your ability to conceive if you don't address all the energy that's stuck in your pelvis. So back to back failed fertility ones, we want to make sure we're doing a womb blessing for every single attempt that's failed. Discuss next steps with your partner and your doctor. Ask the doctor to see why, if there's any explanation or any clarity that can be gained from this round. Is there anything that we could do differently? Is there anything that those hormones need to be adjusted? Does anything need to be changed in the fertility plan in order for you to conceive? Connect with your intuition. I can't say this enough. A lot of women that are going through the fertility treatment ignore it. If you feel like you need to wait a month, tell the doctor. Because they went to med school, but they're not experts in your mind or your heart or your soul. They don't know what's going on inside of you. So connect with your spirit and your intuition, because girlfriend, you are trustworthy. Your instincts are spot on. If you feel like maybe I need to wait a month or maybe even 2 months, then go ahead and do it. Go ahead and speak and at least discuss it with your doctor and see what the options are. Maybe a break needs to be considered. Do you need a break? A break doesn't mean that you're quitting. The break allows you to live during this pockets of time that when you're not trying to conceive or going through fertility treatment, because it dominates your life when you are. Connect with your spirit baby. What does spirit baby have to say? Is there anything that they need to communicate further? Have you done that at all yet? But when you're trying to conceive, we need to account for when baby wants to transcend and join you here. Sometimes a second opinion from another doctor or working with a traditional Chinese medicine doctor can allow a whole look, not a symptom approach, but a holistic approach to help manage the stress and hormones and detox while you're trying to conceive with these fertility treatments. Western and Eastern medicine can get along and is a good marriage in between the two to provide you a full support system to conceive, because so much goes into conceiving with these fertility treatments. And lastly, always listen to your inner voice, please. You know best. You know your body. You live with it every day. You know best. So just to recap what to do when your IUI or IVF fails, I want you to pause. I want you to listen to yourself. I want you to ask questions. I want you to release any emotions that come up and understand that they are valid emotions. Don't let anyone talk you out of how you feel. And investigate and understand that you still have choices. Do we need to change doctors, or what's the fertility plan options like now? And just trust yourself. And you know that's really hard to do when everything feels like it's going wrong. As always, I would love to hear from you. I would love to know what you think about this episode. You can connect with me at the Carolina Sotomayor on Instagram or TikTok. Send me a message. I want to be besties. Until next week, know that you're loved and I'm here for you, and I can't wait to hang out with you next week. It was an honor to connect and serve you this week. If you are a spiritually curious person wanting to conceive and heal blockages in your fertility, click the link in the episode description to learn more about the Fertility Foundation Collective. Until next time, my friend, know you are loved.